What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. And what a Tuesday night of Champions League football. Yeah, it was very interesting. Of course we had Galatasaray beating Liverpool 1-0. We had Newcastle drawing against Barcelona, and we also had Atletico battering Tottenham Hotspur. So we are going to talk about all of this in this video. So make sure you guys drop a like to the channel and of course subscribe if you're new. Anyway, let's get into it. Newcastle won, Barcelona won. This was probably the big game of Tuesday night Champions League football. And to be honest with you, it was disappointing. Barcelona were very disappointing. They were lucky to get away with a draw. Newcastle absolutely peppered them. Newcastle absolutely dominated them from the first minute up to the end. Of course, Barcelona had spells where they had control of the game, but they didn't do much of it. Their attack wasn't impactful. Rafinha disappointing. Lamine Yamal, this guy was disappointing. There was this stat I read, he didn't even record a single triple in the game, which was very disappointing. Really disappointing. But to be honest, that's a good result for Barcelona. It won't they won't feel hard done by or disappointed. They will actually be the happier of the two sides because they get to live with the draw, and at the Camp Nou, they know that at the Camp Nou they're gonna finish the job. I think it's done for Newcastle. I feel as though Newcastle, they should have finished off Barcelona when they had the chance. Anthony Elanga, the amount of times this guy was in behind that Barcelona defense, but just couldn't muster up something in the final third. Him, William Osula also had opportunities, just couldn't take them. Newcastle were opening up that Barcelona team. They were getting in behind numerous times, but they just couldn't score the goals. They struggled in the final third. Elanga, Barnes, William Osula. Of course, William Osula, in the tunnel, there was nervousness. He was really nervous, but at the same time, he was in good form. Of course, scored that goal against Manchester United. But as the game started, I felt as though he started the game very well. You saw he was going in behind, giving problems to Pau Kubasi and Gerard Martin, that Barcelona centre back. That Barcelona centre back partnership. He really made it very difficult for them. But Barcelona, to say the least, I'm really disappointed with Barcelona's performance. I really expected more from Barcelona. I thought Barcelona can put in a better performance, because in this game they were very disappointing. It was a disappointing performance. I expected more from Barcelona. That's what I want to say. And of course, Newcastle United, they didn't really create real clear-cut chances, but they were getting in behind. They just struggled in the final third. It just the final ball and scoring the goal. Of course, there are chances from Anthony Elanga. Anthony Elanga had a lot of chances. I mean, his finishing was poor today. Even his crossing at some stages in the game, the amount of times he was in behind, if he just put in the right cross, Newcastle probably would have scored, but just couldn't master up or create something. So it was really disappointing. But of course, Newcastle ended up getting the goal. Harvey Barnes, Murphy. You see Murphy? Murphy. What a cross. Classic Barclays Premier League winger, just putting in the ball in the box. Harvey Barnes. John Garcia, I'm surprised that John Garcia didn't save it. Of course, it hit his face, then went into the back of the net, but I expected more from John Garcia, because Barnes didn't connect the ball very well. And of course, I think it hit his shin. Then hit John Garcia and went into the back of the net. So fair play Newcastle. I thought Newcastle, it was going to be advantage for them, but at the last minute, these guys, Barcelona, managed to win a penalty, and Lamine Yamal equalizes and gives Barcelona a draw going into the Camp Nou next week. So interesting game. It was an awful game, to say the least. Barcelona were disappointing. Poor game. Then on the other games, Galatasaray were brilliant. You see, Galatasaray might be a dark horse in this Champions League, because they absolutely outplayed Liverpool. Liverpool couldn't conjure up any sort of big chances. Probably the big chance was from Ekitike, and that was it. Ekitike, I think McAllister had a chance, but that was probably it for Liverpool. Of course, there was that disallowed goal, rightfully deserved. That was a disallowed goal. I think it hit Van Dijk's arm or something. But those are probably the big chances that Liverpool could conjure up. There was also a chance for Vets. Vets has also had chances. There was that chance where he hit it straight to Sekir. Yeah, it hit it straight to Sekir. Other than that, those were probably the only chances Liverpool could conjure up. Liverpool were really, really poor. And I feel as though that performance was purely on the players. I don't think Liverpool fans realize how awful the players have been. Because when your best player is Dominic Szoboszlai, no disrespect to Dominic Szoboszlai, but if your best player is Dominic Szoboszlai is more so a runner in age who can run. Yeah, he's more so a runner in this team. And when your best player is a runner, it's really, really questionable. And also Dominic Szoboszlai was poor even today. Dominic Szoboszlai, McAllister, basically almost the whole team. I think Mo Salah, his stats were horrific against Galatasaray. I'm surprised why they didn't remove him. It was a poor performance from everyone. Galatasaray absolutely peppered them. Noah Lang, what a player. He was sparkling today. He was shining. The way him and Jakub played through that Liverpool right side, it was crazy. Crazy. And Galatasaray could have scored more. Of course, there was that disallowed chance from that disallowed goal from Osimhen. There was also a chance from Davinson Sanchez, brilliant save from Mamardashvili. There was also that shot from Noah Lang deflected. Osimhen, if he got a foot there, he could have scored. There were multiple chances for Galatasaray. I feel as though Galatasaray is probably the more disappointed team out of all of them in this game, because they should have scored more. But anyway, Liverpool, they will take that loss, that 1-0 deficit, because they know at Anfield they can conjure up a great performance. That Anfield crowd is going to be crucial for the second leg. Because if the players, they're up for it, Galatasaray, it's curtains, it's dark days. And I think Galatasaray in the Champions League, they've only won once away in their Champions League campaign. That's a worrying sign. And you saw in the knockoff qualifying when they beat Juventus 5-2, I thought it was done and dusted, but they ended up bottling it. Of course, they ended up winning at extra time, but they were really, really disappointing, especially in their away games. Galatasaray are really worrying. But anyway, it remains to be seen. But this tie is far from done. Liverpool can definitely come back from it. But yeah, fair play, Galatasaray, absolutely brilliant. And then Tottenham Hotspur, this football club. As an Arsenal fan, but I'm enjoying it. But these guys need to get relegated. The amount of poor decision making in terms of transfers, they did. Even the previous managers, Antonio Conte, Jose Mourinho, they're talking about the club lacking ambition. The fact that they sacked Jose Mourinho ahead of a cup final, it tells you all you need to know about this football club. And of course, all these bad decisions are now coming back to bite them. Because let me tell you something, Atletico Madrid, they won 5-1, yeah. Atletico won 5-2, yeah, 5-2. Tottenham ended up scoring goals from Pedro Porro and Dominic Solanke to reduce the deficit. But Atletico Madrid, yeah, huge victory. I think it's done for Tottenham Hotspur. I feel as though this Champions League, purely this Champions League it's nothing but a distraction for Tottenham Hotspur. Given that these guys are fighting relegation, it's worrying for these guys. I feel as though if it was up to them, they didn't really need this Champions League time. And Kinski, this guy, let me tell you something. Kinski would never play a game for Tottenham Hotspur ever again. 3 mistakes in the game. Tottenham Hotspur just absolutely collapsed under the pressure. I don't know what Kinski was doing, whether it was pressure or it was the pitch. He was just slipping. Mistake after mistake. Ended up being subbed off in the 18th minute. Fastest goalkeeper to have been subbed off ever in the Champions League. A day to forget, a night to forget for Kinski. He was walking to the tunnel, crying. It was embarrassing. That kind of performance. Tottenham overall, like there was also the other goal. Who scored the goal? I think it was Griezmann. Van de Ven ended up sleeping. So Tottenham just absolutely collapsed. Even putting in Vicario, it didn't change things. Lenormand ended up scoring the 4th goal. So Tottenham Hotspur is really worrying. Yeah, it's worrying signs. Iko Tuto, 4 games on the bounce lost. His first 4 games as Tottenham Hotspur manager. He's now lost all of them. Worrying signs. Tottenham fans are now calling for his head. They want him sacked. To be honest with you, early on, I was actually questioning the appointment. Iko Tuto, I think he's a decent manager. He did well at Marseille. He did well at Juventus. Especially Juventus. The job he did at Juventus he did a really great job. To be honest with you, I don't think much managers can save this Tottenham Hotspur side. This Tottenham Hotspur side just have a crisis. The squad is not good enough. It's just not good enough, this Tottenham Hotspur side. Especially with injuries from their key players. Kudus, Kulusevski, Maddison. Arguably, these guys are their best players and they are all out. and now they have to rely on Solanke. Solanke injury prone. Richarlison is also injury prone. Till, young player, inconsistent. Who else? Archie Gray. Archie Gray is young, inconsistent. Bergvall is injured. Romero is injured as well. Romero left the pitch, so it's worrying signs for Tottenham Hotspur. I can't even lie. Yeah, I fear the worst. That game against Nottingham Forest is going to be very, very crucial. But it's worrying signs. Atletico Madrid business as usual. Griezmann brilliant. Alvarez brilliant. Lookman, what a signing he's been ever since coming in. He's been absolutely brilliant. And so yeah, what a night of Champions League football. Yeah. It was really, really disappointing. I expected more from Barcelona. Barcelona really, really disappointed me. I really, really expected more from him. Lamine Yamal, poor Luis, so absolutely locked him up. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. What a night of Champions League football. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.